Hey everyone, it's Jonesy here from The Sporting Fix. This is a bit of a different content. This is something you're not used to. We're not actually needing this microphone here because this is content where it's not podcast related. I'm not actually going to talk about footy or any sport or have an interview. This is a genuine reconstruction of the studio in itself. It's before and after. Right, so I'm going to show you the tour of the Sporting Fix studio. So right now, as you're used to for the past year, we've had the couch and we've had a table in the middle of the couch. Now this is a good addition because it separates the two interviewers, and of course it has me rest for a drink and some notes that I need throughout the podcast. So I will have a mic here just resting on a table bench there. That's what it looks like. It's not caught on camera, right? But this is the first time where you're actually seeing everything that's not caught on camera. So this could be rather interesting. There would usually be a table or a stair like this with a microphone for an interviewee. Now we come around to the studio area where Thomas, who I've interviewed on the lounge, so give that a listen, about a man who is very tech savvy, and this is how he does the podcast. I don't know everything that's on this bench, so I may need some help, but here is a computer that is a little bit old, but it certainly does the job, and that's all you need. You don't need a gold-plated dunny to do the job. It's an Audacity is the platform we use. It obviously tracks the audio and uses the audio. I'm not exactly a tech-savvy guru. But I'm assuming these are cables that are used. Again, not too sure. This is a keyboard. And I'll come around to this. This is something that is really important to me because it tells me how long the interview is going for, with this little section here, and it'll tell me the audio, the intensity of the audio along here. Obviously it's not on now, but while the interview is happening or the podcast episode is happening, I know exactly what is happening behind the scenes. We've got 3 boom arms here plus the one over there, so that's 4. So that allows for multiple interviews at a time, and it makes sure that, we have some backups if things do fail. We have some chargers here for the camera, obviously, just in case. It's a bit of backup stuff. We are prepared here at the Sporting Fix. We have a phone holder for Thomas who needs to put down notes or anything he needs, and behind this is everything he has to do. So he has to connect the hard drive, he has to save the file, do the test recording, blah, 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 in order to produce the best podcast available. We come around here, here's the mini fridge. This is the drinks that we have. Obviously, screw the brooms, they're not usually there. This is the mini fridge. Do we give them a tour? I reckon we do. It's a little bit empty at the moment, but there's going to be refueling in a second. We've got some Sprite, some Fanta. That's all we have now, but we have had creaming soda and lemonade and all the good stuff in that fridge right there. A little GoPro, so you'll see later in this video the GoPro will be absolutely up and about later in the podcast. I don't know if we should do this section. Should we do this section or not? No, I don't think we will because it's going to be before and after. In the drawers, what I do in here, this is something really fascinating and I love to do if I can find it. That is probably the top drawer. What I do is we keep the previous notes from all the episodes that I've done on the Sporting Fix. So you can go down and have a look at all of these and you'll see everything I've done, from John Longmire's press conference, Errol Gould and Joel Amati, all these stats and statistics that I need throughout all the episodes that I've done, all the questions I have here, the round 18 review, who I think will win, what's in store, all the stats and the people that have played well and everything I need to know to produce a quality episode. So these are the things that are happening in the Sporting Fix, which not a lot of other episodes do, I reckon. Not a lot of other podcasts do. It's something really special, I think, about us, and it's going to get a lot better when we do the whole tour and we do the whole changing in the whole entire structural integrity of this studio, because we're going to do a time lapse of us, Thomas and myself, changing everything around, and I'll give you another tour at the end. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. See you later.
Let's go.
So we are done now with the setup and the transformation of the studio. It's spent probably 3 to 4 hours trying to fix this and getting it all up to date. We've just done an interview with Joel Baden. He's the first interviewee on the table. So I'm just going to give you a tour. So firstly, what we have here is a new table that we've got. It's a beautiful looking table. We've got 4 chairs which recline up and down and back and forth. All 4 of them do. We've got the 4 boom arms here connected to the table, so it offers a bit of, aesthetically pleasing, phases, I guess. We've got the camera here, which obviously records this part and the 2 people on this side and the interviewee. I'm sitting here, so this camera here, which would usually be here, would be filming me, and the background of the couch and the plant in the background. I'll give you a little tour over there. But around this side, what we've done is we've obviously given the lightness of this studio a bit more texture with a bit of plant there, nice little addition there. And of course the 2 back boom arms have Rode here, just for some aesthetics. We've got the Sporting Fix poster there, which is obviously centered and straight, as you'd assume for sure. So it's a nice looking studio, and it's a lot better now because it offers, on the couch you tend to twist and you tend to get neck and arthritis and osteoporosis and everything under the sun, whereas here you sit on a chair and you talk to people like a normal human being. Here is the monitor which I look at to monitor obviously the time. Nothing's changed apart from the positioning of that, because I can look at the interviewee and then have a glance at the time of the podcast so I know about what's going on. Headphones here for Thomas, a camera here which is at the back which gets the whole table in and all 4 people if they're there, a phone holder for Thomas to look at, the keyboard, everything here is necessary. We've got batteries for the cameras, a drink bottle for Thomas, notes for reels and everything needed. The audio and everything is on this computer and everything is here, and all you see is us talking. I'll give you a little bit of a tour here. So here's the couch. This is what we used to use. It's over here for a bit of aesthetics. We've got a plant here, a nice plant in the back, and some accessories and a nice black wall, which gives it a bit of flavour, a bit of texture, a bit of seasoning, I reckon, to a beautiful studio. I've just done an interview with Joel Baden. I've just said that before, but I've got all these notes here if you want to have a look. Don't be too sneaky. The water down. So Joel Baden's just left and I'm going to give you a tour. So read that, watch the interview, you'll see what it looks like. So that is the new studio, and I'm going to take a seat here and put myself a bit of water. It's taken 3 to 4 hours. It's a long studio transformation, but it's beneficial because it offers some comfortability and some aesthetics as well. So that is the studio, behind the scenes, what goes on. That is a new addition to the YouTube channel, and we'll give you a few more episodes and videos in the future. That is the Sporting Fix studio. Listen to the newest episode of Joel Baden on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcast.